you know, let's take a look at the last year. Let's take a look. Let's make it a little longer. November, you're putting a record out. November 16. You know this record's coming out. What were your expectations? And as you sit now and look at each other, here we are a year or so later. Huge success. Surprising. Grateful. You know, express what you expected and what you've had.
I definitely feel grateful for the fact that our audience is still there and supporting us and understanding the music on the same level as we understand it, hence buying the album. And I'm just grateful for them coming to see us, all the shows. The shows have been amazing. You know, in terms of like just pure enthusiasm for the new material. That to me is like the one thing that really stands out being on tours. Every time we play the new stuff, they're fucking just like wrapping their arms around it, which hasn't always been the case. And you know, it's nice to see because it's been a while. It's fucking been a while since we've had that sort of reception. And so I am so appreciative and so grateful that we can still go out there and like make music that fucking people are getting and understanding. Not only getting and understanding, but fucking wrapping their arms around it and embracing it. It's fucking wonderful. We haven't seen that enthusiasm in a while. I'll say it again.
Yeah. So fucking people like it.
Fucking people, they fucking like it. They
people that aren't fucking like it too, though.
Yeah.
So unfucking people.
Unfucking.
Okay. Yeah.
Defunct
we done?
people.
We're done. No. I agree that live's the telltale of any record you make, really. But I mean, shit, we're a live band. We love, you know, it's not recreating the studio live. It's always been, how can we capture the live stuff in the studio, you know? So when we're, you know, you can really try hard to think ahead of what it's going to be like live, and ooh, this part's going to be really good live. I feel the crowd doing this during this part, and I have those inclinations, but then you can't, because whenever you have expectations about stuff like that, it usually doesn't work out. And there are a couple times live that I noticed this. I know I'm getting a little more detailed than your question, but
Yeah, go for it.
you know, like the end of Halo, you know, I heard the whole crowd singing, you know, the melody, and they don't, and that's okay. I do
now.
I do in my head.
Bro,
yeah.
are you
This is a peas. This is a plant. Okay, I'm dropping a seed here. Oh, but
sometimes they do sing it, bro. Sometimes they do sing it.
Dropping a seed. That
I'm dropping
visual
a seed.
It's a hint.
I'm dropping my seed.
And it
all
also
over.
depends on the country, you know. Some sing better, they're not shy about their voices, and some are. So
Some countries are just better than others. It's that simple.
Would you care to break
all
those down?
countries are great.
Make the world
They're all
great
better.
again.
They're all better.
Well, but like Kirk said, the acceptance of this album surprised me. I'll certainly speak for myself. I know that it kind of surprised us all. We're making the next best record just like we always have, but this one, there's something magic about it. Whether it's songwriting, production, you know, the song, the lyrics, the whatever, who knows, the cover. It all feels right. It feels good, and we're proud of it. Super proud of it. And it sounds like our fans are super proud of it too.
I just want to say that to me the biggest mindfuck of the last couple of years is how many young people are still, you know, I just did a meet and greet, and at least half the kids in there are not older than 15, maybe 16. It's just crazy.
So you're talking
Yeah.
about 40-year-olds.
No, but
Those
I mean,
young
it's-
people out there.
No, but it's
You know?
it's just crazy. Like, so
young
even if you
folks.
put like Death Magnetic, if you use Death Magnetic as your benchmark, I mean that's what 10 years ago now. I mean, they're it's
10
like
years ago.
so you got a bunch of 16-year-olds, and Death Magnetic was 10 years ago. So this kind of way that the music continues to appeal and connect people in their teens just blows my mind. I mean, that to me is, I mean, obviously we're grateful, we're, all that, but that part is probably the biggest eye opener to me, that just keeps happening, and it or even feels more so than on previous records, because obviously every time you put a record out, you open your eyes and you try to sort of take it all in, but it feels like that there's a higher percentage or a higher number of sort of kids in their teens joining the party than there has been in the past, and that's kind of crazy.
They're looking for a father figure.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, every time I walk into the meet and greet, it's like, do they not know we're in our 50s? I mean, what I mean? It's
Do I know that I'm in?
It's an actual sign of immaturation.
Do they
on
not
our
know
part.
Kirk Hammett's
Immaturation.
55 years old?
Amateuration and immaturation.
They're connecting with our immaturity. And that's what's going on. That's the reality
Yeah,
here.
if we can be,
That's why
if
things
we
go
can be
so
that
well.
immature at 53 or 55,
Yeah.
Then the future's good.
then there's
Yeah.
hope for me.
And when we're 100, we'll be in our 50s.
I think
100 is the new 50.
in a weird way, I think in the last 10 years too, I mean, I think we've grown a lot more as players, together, and there's a certain unity that we're feeling, and even when we're just messing around on stage or whatever, it's fun, I think Hardwired, there was definitely a connection in the studio in terms of just the playing side of it, and working with Greg Fiddleman, and there's just something magical about what's happening within the music itself, and that even goes for the new material, and that's why live it's so much fun to play, and I think the response has been super great and positive. It's always been kind of strange when you're getting into a new song, but when you know that the anticipation of what you're about to play is exciting, I just thought like Confusion or Spit Out the Bone, whatever. I can feel that there's a connection, and I think that's really special.